I'm hopeful that I don't run it right into the ground, right? So, it's amazing what's been established both by my parents, but also the company. This isn't something that Ted and Ann built. It's something that has been built by all of the Rhino community. And so how do we sustain that for another 40 years and make sure that we're still here and still driving impact? That to me is the number one thing. I think the transition also is important to make for our family, to make sure we do it in a responsible way so that, we're a super close knit family. We want to remain that way. Business and money can rip people apart. So we're being very smart and intentional about how to make sure that doesn't happen. And then just from like an impact perspective, I think I see our next phase is how do we really get more involved and be a supporter and a champion of social issues that are impacting our employees, our community, and our country at the moment. I think Rhino's historically stayed a bit away from issues that could be sort of deemed political. And I think I see these now, a lot of these issues that we're talking about aren't political issues, they're human issues. So, reproductive rights, that to me is a human issue. Having women be able to have autonomy over their bodies isn't a political issue, that's a human issue. Racial justice issues, we've stayed away from that because it can be sort of a hot button in a political issue. That's not a political issue, that's a human issue. So how can we leverage our position as business leaders in a business in this community to make sure we're driving impact in those areas? And so that's an arena that I really feel strongly about and beginning to dig into more, especially issues around racial justice. There's a lot for me to learn. There's more for me to unlearn to then be able to relearn. And so it's really important to me that our business starts to play in those arenas and becomes a player rather than sitting on the sidelines.
I hope he's successful in doing what he just said. And I think it's really important to, sometimes we get interviewed and it's about Ted and Rooney and Ann and Ned, and it's really about the people that have worked here for 40 years. We have 250 people now, but we have a lot of people that have moved on and have great positions all over Vermont and all over the country. And it's really the people that build the business. We have a good product. And we do a good job, but it's mostly, I believe, once you have a certain level of a product that is works and can be strong in the marketplace, it's really about the people and how they run the business, how they're smart about the business, and how they work together as a team. So we just want to be proud of what we do here, and I'm sure we'll keep going like we're going. I don't have any questions.